So we really just want to thank you all for coming. We're not going to do an elaborate presentation here, but we really are grateful that you join us in what is really for us a very exciting day. It's exciting for us because, of course, this represents the kind of formal completion of the restoration of 83 Maple Street. For us, that's a really significant milestone. We acquired this property in spring of 2013 with really no plan for how we were going to move forward. We knew that this was a building that had to be stabilized. We knew it had great historic and cultural significance. And it was really at the point of, almost at the point of no return. So for us, it took some time, it took some planning. We did jump immediately into stabilization because we felt that that was critical. And then we started to develop the kind of the program of what this is going to be. So for us, that's exciting in itself. It's also exciting for us because next week we move our offices here. So we will be on the ground floor. And this is also a key phase for a somewhat larger project that we're calling the Lower Maple Business Park. So we all are, after this project, well, this is almost completely done, a few punch list items, I think you probably noticed. But then our plan is to move next door to 77 Maple Street, which we also own, to complete the restoration of that building, which is actually also very significant historically and larger than this building, which will also be professional offices. You can see the lot over here has been cleared. That over the next few weeks, you'll see that develop. Of course, it will be landscaped, but it's primarily going to be parking that will serve the overall site. And right now, our offices are temporarily in the carriage house that's to the rear, which we also own. That second floor was rehabbed. We eventually plan to do the whole building. And then we've got the commercial garages. So overall, we've got about 12,000 square feet on this site. And we really do think that this is going to have a significant impact. It is about preservation. It's not just about preservation. It's about economic development. And it's about stabilizing the neighborhood. So we're really, really happy that you could all join us here today. And obviously, none of this could be possible without the tremendous support we've received from the city and from all the city staff that are here, and of course, our honorable Mayor Sarno. So with that, I'd like to introduce our mayor.
Thank you very much, Jay.
Thanks,
Thank
Mayor.
you very much. And I think I see out of the corner of my eye, I know City Councilor Tim Allen's also here, and
He's in the back.
City Councilor Adam Gomez. This is on his fringe of his neighborhood area that he represents. We appreciate him being here. This is the reason I'm not joined by some historical commission commissioners also. Steve Schultes is here, and Ben Murphy, former Commissioner Bob McCarroll is also here. This is why we put together Develop Springfield when my administration took over. Not only to have a laser focus on Springfield development, but probably more importantly to take derelict properties that private developers, he or she, were not interested in. And nobody, every developer, he or she deserves to make $1, but to take these properties and do the foundation work to get them properly prepped for private development and get them back on the tax rolls. Hi kids, with Grandpa? Okay, we'll bring you up too. Come on up, Councilor Allen. Pretty cool house, huh? All right. Here's where saving a historic project makes sense with future development. We've sunk in, I think, you said about $1.8 million in this, and it made absolute sense to anchor this corner of Maple Street area because of the matriculation of thousands and thousands of people coming to our downtown area, not only pedestrian, vehicular, and this spurs development in our tributary areas. But this makes sense. Here you're able to save a historic building and also couple it with the vision of economic development and future development on the city's master plan. So where it makes sense, I will continue to do it. Where it does not make sense, I'm not going to allow neighborhoods to live with detrimental properties on it. So this is wonderful. I remember touring it when we took it over, and Scott Hansen reminded me, where's Scott? Scott reminded me, the guy made the pitch, $15,000, I'll have it up to par. We laughed at that. But when we toured it, it was really a difficult property. There was illicit activities going on here. And but there was good bones. There was good bones to this property. So I appreciate what DevelopSpringfield's done, Historic Preservation Trust. Here's where we're able to work together in a very cooperative way that made sense, and when we can do that, I will continue to do that. So to everybody involved, I appreciate the continued belief and investment. I'm so happy that the nomads at DevelopSpringfield will have their offices here. And boy, I would kill for central air, and imagine a house like this to have central air, but the work that has been done by the design team, Dyson Company, Carrie's not here, but her partner is here, and the construction crew is just absolutely amazing in how they've been able to restore this, and I'm just happy with that. Again, we're glad we're able to invest money, and this continues public investment. Many a times we've seen in our other strategic areas has spurred private development, and that's what we're going to continue to do. Jay had mentioned about 77. We're going to continue to look at other properties, hopefully in the corner of Central Street over there. We have some bites over there, and little by little, where it makes sense, I will do it. Where it doesn't make sense, then we have to go into a different direction and not leave derelict properties there for years after years, going from there. With that, I'll have a couple of words from City Councilor Adam Gomez and City Councilor Tim Allen, and then Jay, whatever else you need to do, appreciate it. If anybody else needs to speak from Preservation Trust. Okay. Okay. Adam?
I just want to say what a phenomenal job that everybody has done to put this project together. I represent the downtown district, and this is basically the outskirts of the downtown district.
Close enough.
Close enough. It's just a street away from where my district ends. But projects like this show encouragement to the community that surrounds it. That, you know, the city of Springfield is here to make sure they take buildings like this and redevelop them, and me being part of economic development, being part of the process, working with the Historical Commission, it's very important that we start doing these projects and making sure that the people feel more at home and more safe, and we start making sure some of these buildings are developed. And I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Mayor, to speak to the rest of you guys, but keep on the good work, and let's see what else is on our table, and let's keep on working for the city of Springfield.
Thank you, Adam. Councilor Allen, and team, and crew.
Nayland Teagan from Zanetti, Montessori. Hi, thanks for everybody for coming out. It's great when we can save great properties in Springfield. The City of Homes, whatever we can do to save these properties, I think is terrific. The ward I represent, of course, when you're on the council, you represent the whole city, but the ward that elects me, we don't have many of these. It's more of a newer kind of a ward. I won't say new, but there's not really historical properties as much in Ward 7 as there are in other parts of the city. So it's, you know, being the City Homes, we got to try to save these where we can. I congratulate DevelopSpringfield and the city and all the people in planning and economic development who work hard to keep this kind of stuff going. So congratulations, everybody, and it's great to see everybody here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you,
My pleasure, Jay.
We talk a lot about kind of why we do a project like this, and it really is about the community. It's about the ripple effect. It's about the greater impact that we're hoping to have. Not hoping, we know that we're going to have. But just to kind of speak to that for a couple of minutes, I thought we would have one of our neighbors, Steve Schultes,
Steve's right
prominent in urban planning circles in Springfield, member of the Historical Commission.
Right across the street, there he is.
I've lived in the neighborhood for about 30 years, but it was 8 years ago when I was looking at some houses on Mattoon Street that Bob McCarroll talked me into trying something a little bit more daring and somewhat less expensive, and that was to purchase a townhouse right across the street, 80 Maple Street. And there were some lawyers whose firm was breaking up, and it was a rare opportunity for a normal citizen to take advantage of lawyers getting a divorce, as it were. And so I thought I'd do that. Yeah, that's fun. And as I looked at the neighborhood, I saw with these two vacant buildings that the decision that I made and its success was in many ways going to be determined by the future of these two properties. Because I knew that I didn't have the wherewithal to transform these buildings, that I could deal with my part of my block. And then, 3 years after I purchased that home, the tornado came through, which happened. It only, blew the chimney off my roof, and I fixed it, and please no one from the city inspect my repair job, because I guarantee it's
You get a
not
pass.
up to
don't
snuff.
worry,
Thank you,
Steve.
thank you. I got somebody get that in writing. But more importantly, my wife and her then 4-year-old daughter had agreed to move from Middletown, Connecticut to this neighborhood in the center of Springfield on my say-so, because I loved it. And as everyone knows, if you know me, you know I'm a Springfield guy. I'm a Springfield guy, and I will defend Springfield even sometimes when I sometimes think, you know, there are things we need to fix, but I'm a Springfield guy. When I saw the Develop Springfield sign go up on this corner, and I knew that Jay and the Develop Springfield organization was going to commit to fixing this building, and the mayor used a word that I had already planned on using, knowing I was going to be speaking to you today, and that was, it was going to be, instead of a problem, it was going to be another anchor for the neighborhood. And then with the work that the Preservation Trust did next door, and seeing how Develop Springfield and the Preservation Trust decided to work together to create this whole area here, I knew that at this moment, we have a chance. I've lived in this neighborhood for almost 30 years, and I've seen a lot of false dawns. I think anyone in here who thinks that this project or the MGM project or any number of projects throughout the city are going to guarantee us success are delusional. What this means is we have another opportunity to take another step forward, and we need more people to take advantage of the opportunity that exists right now to look at other properties in this neighborhood that, if they aren't vacant, they are being underutilized. And we need you in the development community to step up and take this to the next level, because otherwise, this project alone and my townhouse alone across the street, these are not enough to keep Springfield moving forward. We need all of you. And it's one thing to come in and to look at how beautiful this building is and to congratulate the people who've done it. But the next step, if you care about Springfield, is to look at the next property and to have the same kind of faith that Jay Minkarah had in this property, and you be the one who takes that chance. And that's what I'm begging you to do. So, thank you.
Steve, great job. Kids, you're gonna help me, okay? Come on, you're gonna help me. You're gonna help me. I'm pretty good with scissors. My father's a barber.
Where's Jay?
And my
Make sure
mother's
Jay's up there. Jay, get right up in there.
Come on, come on. Everybody ready? Look up at 3. You gotta look at the cameras at 3. 1, 2,